Happy June. First things first, I want to thank you all for being part of my Patreon. It has really inspired me in such a way that I was unprepared for, actually. Many of you may have been part of my first community here on Patreon, and I am grateful for you taking the chance and coming back over to this one. While it's similar in aspects, it is also very different. For June, I wanted to use the Iguana spread. So it's the Iguana Wisdom, and this is how I create these in my book, is I will put the sticker here, and then I write down on it, on the opposite page, the placements and what they mean to me. Any of the new stickers that I create are gonna come with a printout, not of this, but a printout that has these placements kind of in it. None of my older ones have it because I haven't done them, but all new ones will have that. So today we're gonna use the Iguana Wisdom. I feel like it is a good spread for summer. It gives me that summer vibe, and June always feels like summer to me since my birthday is done and it's now the descent into winter, right? So the summer equinox or solstice isn't until, what is it, the 20th or 21st this month? But anyway, I just felt like this was some good energy. And there's a post that I shared that goes into Nigel here and how they showed up to me in a dream. But I thought it would be just nice to use this and see what the overall energy for June is going to be. I'm using a few different decks. I'm using my Morgan Greer pocket deck. Morgan Greer was my first, not this one, but the Morgan Greer deck was my first tarot deck ever. I never really connected with the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and the Morgan Greer one was the one that spoke to me. A lot of my first Sawyer's Path is heavily influenced by Morgan Greer. So anyway, we're going to use this one, and we're just going to do this spread together and see how it applies to the month of June, and maybe the Iguana has wisdom for all of us, right? So this first position, which is under the feet, is going to be what vibrations and feelings are grounding us this month. What are we feeling? These are our perceptions. What is going to be grounding us this month? And we have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is what's grounding us this month. This sitting in our truth, speaking our word, walking our talk, being authentic, and being able to say the things out loud that maybe aren't always what people want to hear, but it's what they need to hear, you know? So what is grounding us this month is our truth. Being and sitting in our truth and knowing that no matter what, our truth sets us free, right? And then we're going to go into this second position here on the body. I don't know if you can see the white lines. I mean, there's faint here, but I have them worked into the pictures. This is shedding. This is eliminating who or what is no longer beneficial to our growth this month, to our situation. Like, this is what we need to shed, because iguanas shed their skin, you know, so we are eliminating, getting rid of. And we have justice. It's funny to see that, because I always think Queen of Swords is kind of like a mini justice card, but so we're shedding justice. Maybe we're shedding our idea of what we think that justice is supposed to look like, you know, projecting, they should do this, it should be this way. You know, we have to eliminate what we think should happen and just kind of know that justice is going to play out how it's going to play out, whether we have big opinions or feelings about it at all, you know. So it's that external balance. We need to just let go of that situation in order to sit in our truth and maybe be at peace with ourselves this month, right? That's a big one, but I can see how, you know, maybe the first thing that comes is like detaching from the news that we're reading, or are trying to manipulate outcomes to situations, you know. Lady Justice is normally blind. In this card, she's not, but her sword is still straight up, just like the Queen of Swords. And the scales are going to be tipped, and that's going to be frustrating. So being frustrating about things that you can't control is something that you might need to get rid of, especially this month. You know, like, give yourself some rest, and allow your truth to set things free. Remember, we're getting back to this is what's going to ground us, and we need to shed our attachment to whatever the situation is going to be. This spot here is breaking free. This is what we're detaching or letting go of. I know it's similar to shed, but this is like needs to be removed. And we break free from the Four of Cups, leaving behind the ennui, the boredom, the always thinking, like dwelling on the emotions that are no longer filling you up. You know, let that go. Iguanas will lose their tail if it's holding them back. It'll grow back. So detach from that. Get rid of it. Know that there's something better that can come, but you have to just sever this dwelling, this sitting in this just contemplation of like how things were. Going forward, the feigned sleep, this is basking in the ideas that warm you up, that allow this to occupy your energy. And we have the World. And so for me, that's saying like, look at the good things in your life. Look at the good things in your world. Know that this chapter it's full. You know, this month, allow your world to be something that makes you want to show up and dance. Let those ideas of the world that you want to see just warm you and just reign over you this month. The dream state, that's this one. This is your intuition and what's guiding you this month. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. And that is being aware that things will always change. You know, so in your dream, if you're dreaming for change, just trust that the fates have it. They got you covered. It's, you know, what goes up comes down. There's always going to be that twist, right? So dream about the twist and think about it. And then like when you feel the change coming, maybe then you act on it. Maybe that's when you make the moves. And then this space, which is on the books, and this is the climbing. This is advice on how to get your footing to ascend this month. You know, we've seen what we perceive. We're shedding, we're breaking free, we're feigning sleep, we've dreamt, and now we get to climb. This is how to get your footing. They're not upside down. I forget how, like, the thing. So the Two of Swords, how to get your footing is to really just sit and think and be still with your thoughts, you know, and it ties us right back to this Queen of Swords. And I'm going to chuckle because all three of these cards to me are connected. You know, Justice is also connected to this Two of Swords because this is a Libra, moon in Libra, and Justice is Libra, and the Queen of Swords is kind of Libra, which is funny because we're not in Libra season, but it's that big energy of just balance. And your peace and your calm has has to be a priority this month. That's what I'm seeing with all this. Like, there's things outside of your control in the world. There's what you know in your truth, and you're allowing your words to set you free, but also what's gonna help you climb and get into that next chapter is gonna be just being able to sit and reflect and be still with your thoughts, you know? I'm gonna bring in an oracle deck just for the atmosphere. This is kind of what you can't control, right? Like, you can't control the weather, but you can be prepared. And that's the sun here, and it's shedding light. And it's also gonna be your animal messenger for the month. Is it a jumper or am I a bad shuffler? Yes. Definitely a bad shuffler when it comes to round decks. 2, 3. And we have the hen card, the Sammy chicken. That was my mom's pet chicken, Sam. But so the weather outside of your control, and you know, there could be things that you might feel that have you hobbled, have you a little bit handicapped. Sammy chicken was born with a club foot, so she couldn't get around like all the other ones, which is why she became a pet and not one of the laying hens. But it didn't stop her, you know. So the atmosphere is, there's going to be elements this month outside of your control that might make you feel like they're going to hold you back. And if you try and approach things in the traditional manner, it might hold you back. But know that where there's that will, there's a way. So just have the strength in yourself to be able to do those things in your own time, in your own truth, from your own standpoint, you know. So let me know if this message resonated. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But the overall energy for June is sitting within our truth and allowing things to play out how they're going to, because it's going to go, you're going to drive yourself a little bit insane if you try and control all the outcomes. Get rid of the things that make you feel bored. It's summer. Get out there, do the stuff, right? See the world and allow changes to happen. So I'm excited for you. Let me know again in the comments. I'm going to make sure to put with the notes this spread in case you want to try it yourself. And this casting sticker is obviously available in our store. And I will see you this month throughout Patreon. Again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you.